Hagga Basin News. Sky Hagga Vin Mandrake. Thanks so much. We're out here in the Hagga Basin and in the Western Vermilius Gap, and there was just a spice explosion. So there it is. We've just located the plume, the plume area, and we're going to go ahead and head over there and see if we can't find any activity or anybody mining that spice at this moment. So let's go ahead and head over here. We're going to go ahead and hover around just for a minute to see if anybody's picking this up. This is a valuable position to be in right now. This is, look, right next to the rocks, fairly safe out here. Let's take a look at what's surrounding us. Okay, we've got some drum sand around and a few other things that there's probably drum sand on both sides here. So you do have to be careful. You want to pinpoint dropping on that spice exactly. But we're not seeing anybody come out here for this spice just yet. We're still keeping an eye on that. We will keep an eye on the development of this situation and let you know how everything goes. So for now, that's all we got. Back to you. Oh, look, worm activity. So we got some worm sign here. He is on that spice. But for now, we will just keep an eye on the situation, let you know if anything develops. So back to you in the studio. Thank you so much. This is Ben Mandrake and Sky Hagga, HBN News. Your news across the Dune. Okay, cool. We get it. All right, I'm going down there. I'm taking that spice. Nobody's here. Don't want to miss this opportunity. Trust me, every little bit counts. Especially in little plumes like these. They're easy to manage. They're not lighting up, which worries me. Yeah, I was in the middle of, I look like this because I was in the middle of the news desk. Getting ready to start the report and the stream. And then I heard this explosion where I was about to go, hello, Muad'Dib. I'd like to do a special report with you. Would you be willing to talk? Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Okay, stand by. I think I forgot to start the stream on Twitch. So, let me... check something here. I can get the monitor up and stand by. Oh. Okay. Okay, there it goes. I think it's starting now. I think I got this. I think we're getting to the point where we understand how this is working. So stand by. I'm just trying to monitor the stream on a separate computer so I can watch the quality. I did a bunch of tests last night to try to improve the quality, and I just could not... I can't get it dialed in. Oh, shoot, the spice is disappearing. This happens. The piles that you do, you gotta grab them quick because they will start to vanish. Okay, here we go. Aggro worm, I'm telling you. Yeah, so I can still see that there's some quality issues. My bitrate is up there. P7 highest quality. So still can't figure this out. I was looking at some past streams and it was like it was dialed in, so I went back to the settings, but it's not looking very good right now. That's for sure. So let's see. It says I haven't dropped any frames. Recording. Alright, well, I'm going to stop the recording part. There we go. Nice to start it off with a little bit of action this time. What was that? Is that another? Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta go. That's news. Let's take this spice. See, we're getting some pretty... Oh, come on. Getting some spice activity here right now. Folks. Okay, that's good enough for me. Let's go cover this news. Another spice explosion. Dang. It happening right now, huh? That was somewhere over here. We'll see if we can locate it. Yeah, it just doesn't look great. I really gotta fix this. It's not. I'm like, I thought it was my computer at first, but now I'm realizing no matter what I do, I don't really seem to be having like too many performance issues, and I'm looking at the data and there's no frames dropping or nothing like that. Internet connection's good. So I know this is an OBS setting thing. I tried a bunch of stuff last night and I just could not get it down. Right now we're at 6,000 kilobytes per second in terms of a constant bit rate. That's what we're working with. That was giving me better results. And I dropped it to, I think that was a ship crash. 0 keyframes again and 0 B-frames. P7 highest quality, so that's what we're working with, and it just, I can see when the keyframes refresh and it looks great, but then when you move, it just gets all blurry, and nobody else seems to be, there's a lot of streamers that don't seem to be experiencing that, so I'm doing something wrong, and I gotta figure out what it is. So any advice anybody has, please do let me know. Okay, looks like the worm is here underneath the crash. Should we cover this? That had to be a spice explosion, though. That had the bubble. You know what I mean? It was over here somewhere, but I don't see it, so... Let's keep an eye on the worm. Because if he pops up, that means there's somebody out there doing something. There we go. Okay. I have him aggroing on me right now, so it looks like somebody is down at this ship. Let's go take a look. Dude, no. No. Oh, whoa! I should have been covering that. Just ate the ship. That was it. It's down. It's gone. Okay. So maybe, I don't know that if that was a spice explosion that we had heard, but it would have been over this way. Like right around here. I'm not seeing it. Yeah. So, well, okay, all good. We're gonna head back to the studio and get on with some other things. Wait for more activity. Maybe there'll be an explosion while we're on our way back. We can get a better directional heading on it. But for now, this is what we got. Oh god, it's so bad. I might, when I get back to the base here, I'm probably gonna, like, try to restart the stream. Because it looks horrible from what I'm seeing. Game looks great, the stream looks like garbage. That's why I can't get anybody to watch. Recordings look crisp, but again, the streams are just not there. Okay, so let's land this thing. And I did want to do a news desk thing too, but I don't know if quite there just yet. Okay, let's deposit this. Good. Alright, so, stand by. I'm gonna end this and come right back on just with some different settings that I think should look better. I don't know. We'll see. Spice explosion. Dang it. And here we are messing with these settings. Okay, it seems to be back. Yep, there it is. Spice explosion. Okay, stand by. It looks worse, doesn't it? Like, see when you stand still how it looks great? And gets better like that. That is what we're looking for. And then when we go like this, move around a little bit, see that it drops there? It just dropped in quality, even though I didn't move. So let's see what it does. Interesting. It's like so, like that looks great, but it's the encoding and interpolation is like slow. Even though I have it on the, I can't figure it out. I really can't. Yeah, any thoughts, advice, anybody else sees? Please drop a comment, please. Let me know what the heck I'm doing. Oh wait, I don't want to. That's the full Mark V. We want the one with just the Mark V wings, the cheaper one. Okay, so let's go do a news desk thing real quick. That's why I'm in this getup. Okay, hang on, let me set this up here. Okay, get the shot in. Okay, there it is. I think that's the angle that we want. Okay, and here we go. Control room, go ahead and bring up that card. Bring up the card. Go. We're going live. Bring it up. We're going live. We're going live. We're doing it live. Hagga Basin News. Your trusted news across the Dune. With your host, your eye in the sky. And at the desk, Vin Wondrick. Excellent. That was a great. That was a great. What do you call it? Bump. It was a good bump. Thanks for the bump. Vin Mandrake. HBN News. Oh, jeez. Up all night again. Well, not. Yeah, pretty much. I won't lie. HBN News, and we do have some interesting news to report. There is controversy and conflict spreading across the deep desert, very specifically, and affecting things throughout Arrakis and in the region. There has been an influx in scout ornithopters using their state-of-the-art rocket launchers to completely annihilate as gangs of people are annihilating others in the deep desert for no apparent reason. There's no political reason behind this. This is just people being territorial and operators, mercenaries, other guilds, sort of picking things off and trying to claim their power. That is what the situation is, and also. We're going to leave you with a question today, which we're going to hopefully find the answer before the end of the day today, and that is spice worm poop? We will be answering that question one and final time here, hopefully today on HBN News. So that's it for today at the news desk. We'll go ahead and keep an eye on things, and hopefully we'll hop in Hagga and go cover some news, Worm Watch, Spice Watch, and Deep Desert Front. We will see what happens. Let's not forget that there's an incoming Coriolis storm, which will be affecting things coming up this week. So you may want to consider preparing yourself to exit the deep desert to preserve any kind of equipment, structures, or resources that you have there. So that's going to do it for us here. HBN News, Vin Mandrake, out. Back, yeah, out. Card. Bring in the card. Cut it. We did it live. It's done. The live thing is done. We did it. Okay, cool. Did we get it? We got it. I think we got it. That's in the can. Throw that one in the can. Okay, so, yeah, I put this here so I don't have to keep running back and forth to put on the suit. So my wardrobe will be kept here, in other words, if we're using industry terminology. Okay, so this is it. Yep, stream still looks pretty crappy. Don't know what's going on with that. Unless, you know, like I said, when it's still, when things are still, it looks great. But the 0 keyframe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Here we go. Okay, so what are we going to do today? What are we going to do? We are going to... I guess we should start it off like every other day and go ahead and head on over to... What can I mine, by the way? I do need duraluminum. 86, let's go. And now we're out of epirite crystals. I didn't realize, is that true? Oh yeah. Jasmine is what we're out of, that's okay. We can, let's do that. Let's go get a Jasmine run in, and then we will head over to Arakeen and Harco Village. So what do I need for Jasmine run? I need my radiation suit, which I moved over here. Okay, radiation suit. We got our cutter ray. It's not going to break on us. Let's see if we can repair it real quick. I think I have enough resources to repair it. Oof. These things, they deteriorate pretty quickly. I am using them a lot, I won't lie. Wait, how do we have 0 silicone blocks? I just made a ton of silicone blocks. Hold up, that's a problem. Oh, because we have the cobalt paste going first, that's why. Yeah, see, I made a ton of cobalt paste too. Okay, so... That's alright, we can work with this for now. Throw that radiation suit on and let's get out there. Yep, the daily grind once again. Action News, Hagga, your eye over the Hagga Basin. Okay, so Jasmine, and then back to reporting. But we need to stockpile a little bit of Jasmine here. Might be heading a little bit too west, huh? Crashed ship. Should we go down for it? Nah, let's stick to the goal. All right. Here we go. to start off with like these ones, but I like the little pits that have 3 in them. Those are the ones that I enjoy doing. Drop in, grab 3, and then you're out. And here we go. Okay, put these in here. So we can quick drop them. I'm stuck. What the heck? I got it. I'll fight right now. Okay. Jasmine. Yeah, I guess so. I was watching a lot of the other streamers yesterday and listening to what they had to say before and after I was on stream, and I have not really experienced this yet. I've been avoiding, you know, deep desert conflict and pacifist there for now. I do plan on going to the deep desert and annoying a bunch of guilds and people and getting shot down. So I do plan on inviting some controversy at my aircraft here in person. But I guess what the issue is so here's the deal. Everybody has caught on and realized this was sort of discovered pre-launch. But the Scout Ornithopter with like Mark 5, I think, is the first one that you can do this. No, I think you can fit a Mark 5 rockets on a Mark 4. But you have to be able to build a Mark 5 rocket launcher for the Scout Ornithopter. And that thing is a beast. Like, you pack in like 200 rockets, you run out there and you just spam shoot people. So what's happened is that wasn't the problem. It was actually provoking some really cool dogfights and stuff between guilds. But now people are just going out there and laying waste to everything and everyone with Scout Ornithopters. So it's pissing off a lot of people because it's harder for solo players and smaller guilds when these giant guilds come in and just mob you and take all your stuff. So there is news on this. Funcom did respond to this, and I got this little tidbit from I believe it was Cone Carnage that was talking about it on his YouTube channel, but they're going to nerf the rockets in the Scouts. So basically what happens is if you put... Oh shoot, I hate this spot. This is what I hate. If you put rockets on a Scout, this does not apply to the attack. They want people to be using the attack for rockets more, like to do those kinds of barrages. That's the issue. So people are going straight to the Scout. But they're going to nerf the Scout so that the rockets overheat it a lot faster, which means you won't be able to spam, you know, players and others in the sky. You won't be able to spam hit them as much. So that's actually a great idea. I think that's a good way to discourage people from using the Scouts and turn it into a more defensive aircraft rather than a offensive aircraft, because right now everybody has realized that Scouts are just the way to go, and they're just decimating the attack Ornithopters. You know, because they're faster, they can maneuver better, and they have the same capability with rockets. So it's become a problem. But that sounds like an easy fix. I don't know when they're going to do it. I think that's a good idea, but I think it'll happen probably pretty soon, because there's a lot of people that are upset about it. You know, but there's other things I don't agree with, like the aspect of, well, if you want to continue the game, you have to change the way that, like, you have to change the game that you're playing. But yeah, people are saying that, like, if you complete the game, which, by the way, you cannot complete the game. There is no completing the game. But if you really want to get to an in-game tier, that you're forced to go out to the deep desert. And in other words, you're forced to go from PvE into a PvP game. So it's like trying to mash two games together that, like, one type of player doesn't like and the other, you know what I mean? So they're saying it doesn't work. Now, here's what I think. I actually think it's a good idea and a good setup the way that they have it now. Because you don't need the Tier 6 stuff. You don't. Tier 5 is like, you know, nearly, I mean, it's pretty similar stuff. It's just that basically what you're saying with Tier 5 is that you're sticking to PvE in the Hagga Basin. And with Tier 6 stuff, you're like, okay, I need to get out and start playing the game in a PvE sense into the deep desert. So basically, if you don't want a PvP, just don't. You know? You can, there's going to be safe columns and, you know, safe rows, like the A row is safe in the deep desert, so you can go around there and look. But you just got to remember that here in Hagga Basin and out in the deep desert, the ships are PvP. So the ships are no different here than they are in the deep desert. You go into a ship here and it becomes a PvP zone. So, yeah. So that's the deal. That's what everybody's kind of upset about right now. I understand those qualms. You know, people have lives. I currently have way too much time on my hands. I really don't, but I am putting a lot of it into this game because I am trying to, you know, I haven't been making content on this channel for a while, so I'm putting together a little bit of content so that I have something to work with and the channel has something for people to enjoy. And I thought Dune was a good one. Dune is one of those things I really, really like. I love the movies, love the books, and I'm loving the game. And that is a sandstorm not heading our direction, which is fantastic. So yeah, that's the deal. Like you can see, shale in the upper right there, Cannon Limited Warfare, PvE, shale, right? So this is PvE. But if I were to hop over to that ship over there, it's PvP. So, you know, there is an aspect of this game. This is not just like a casual, oh, okay, come in and play. You can play it that way, but this is more of a game that when you get to the higher levels, I mean, it takes skill. It does take a lot of skill. It does take, you know, looking at things and think about any game. Started back with Counter-Strike and all that. Just people skywalking, for instance. To be somebody who has the upper advantage, and this applies to life too, you have to find exploitations that help you get ahead. And a lot of times people consider that cheating, but it's like if the game is offering it, like if it's there, even if it was a mistake, it's not exactly cheating. It's just an exploitation, and that happens in life, you know, too. Those are called loopholes. Like in laws and things, there's loopholes. So those are exploitations. And it's just the way things are. And if you want things to change, if enough people want something to change, then a new precedent is set, and it usually happens in the legal world. So that's the sad part about, you know, something of the world that we live in, is that in order to change things most of the time, people don't just make the decision. They have to get sued and lose a lot of money, and then they'll change it. Not saying that anything like that is happening here on the Dune game. I'm just basically referencing that, like, exploitations are exploitations. Once the community and the developers recognize those exploitations, they usually make an announcement on it, and they tell you if it's intended or if it's unintended, and they're going to fix it. And you know, a lot of these exploitations that people are finding are unexpected, and they are working on it, on fixing this. It's in their forefront. So the game is going to get much smoother, much better as time goes on. So keep that in mind. It's good. It's nice to grow with the game and watch it develop. Hello, get away. And really, to be honest with you, I can't wait to see what kind of what kind of strange exploitations and things happen once they introduce the tanks. I'm sure that's why they're not here. You know, I think they already have tanks and everything. And they probably could have released them on launch, but they were like, guys, there's going to be a lot of problems when we have tanks and warning buffers and everything going on. So let's do it slowly, one by one, and see, you know, what happens so that we can identify exploitations, fix them, and then move on to the next thing. Rinse and repeat. So that's the deal. It's nothing to be frustrated about. Good little conflict and controversy, a little bit of political opinion, you know, in terms of game, not actual politics, but like how the game runs. That's a good thing. It's good. It's good that people are out there doing that. I just hope nobody gets too bent over it that they start rage quitting. Because, again, if the Deep Desert, like, if a lot of players drop off of Dune, the Deep Desert's just going to be really boring. Because it really, truly, at that point, will be empty. And it will just be you flying around, grabbing stuff. I don't know. Should we do it? Okay, let's get a little bit of... Let's introduce a little bit of adventure into the stream today. Here we go. These have good blueprints on them too, so. Okay, the way I'm gonna do this, I really don't like the thing about the ships that I don't like is that the worm comes up like under it and you don't really know when. So the way we're gonna do this is start over here. And I don't know if this is a good idea, guys. I think I should just jump in, grab it, and go. Yeah, but like if I do this, he comes and decides to do this, there's a very slim chance I'll be able to get out of it. Slim. Oh shoot, I need to drop some things if I want to do this. Let's just see, because what I really am here for is none of this. I'm here. Okay, let's screw this. We're gonna screw things up. Look at my own button. Alright, there's stuff there, but I have all that. I don't need any of that. What I'm really looking for with the crash ships are unique blueprints. Ships have some of the, from what I understand, the better blueprints that you can find around the Hagga Basin. So, if you do see a ship crash, just remember that. And a lot of times they have a nice, like, 80 to 90 loading spice on them. 70 to 90, I would say. It's just the sand. It's not refined or anything, but, you know, do that back at home. So here we go. Moving in. Yeah. Yeah, see, like, I'm looking on the, on my feed right now, on the stream feed, and I'm watching the pixelation. And you can see right there, okay? So there's these points where the image becomes clear right there. Those are keyframed images. So the reason, if you choose 0 in OBS, it goes auto. And if you choose 1, that means 1 second. So it means you should be able to count 1001, and then there's another keyframe, and it should maintain the clarity a little bit better. However, I tried that, and it still takes like 5 seconds or more for the keyframe to integrate. So that's what I don't understand, like why it's not updating faster. And honestly, I wish you could manually change those keyframes to like 0.1 yourself, but you can, 1 second is the minimum. But I wish you could just make it go and just update the keyframes constantly. Just constantly. Okay. Who wants to see, since we're going to go to Arakeen, who wants to know if we can sell ship manifests for a bunch of money? I do. I want to know. Boom. And then let's put the agency in there. Okay, so we're going to go to Arakeen right now. And we're gonna see if, Jeez, I get dehydrated fast. Oh, you know what? I should load up, because I had a lot of stuff using water. I should load up the, water processing. The distills. Yeah. Smells nice in that chest, I bet. Okay. So let's go to Arakeen, get some reports in, and see what if we can like sell these things or what we can do with them for some moolah. Yep, we're gonna have to build new Mark V wings soon. Oh, actually, you know what we should do? Because I have the advanced vehicle bay. Let me just check this on the way out. Is we should build. I'm after somebody. Worm watch. Looking around. Yeah, he was chasing someone. For sure. Okay. Eastern Vermilius Gap. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the... Oh man, see, look at the quality there. How bad it drops. Like, why all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Let's see something here. Can I change those settings midstream? Is that allowed, or will it screw everything up? I'm gonna go back to the settings I believe I had originally. See if this does anything. I think I know it's doing that too. Okay, hold on. I need to park this baby. God, it just dropped, didn't it? So it looks like I can change settings without stopping the stream. So let's try this. Back here. Okay, we're in OBS. Bitrate. Zero drop frames. Oh man, do I have to go find that now? Timing is just always so bad. Output. 6,000. Okay, let's get rid of this. We're gonna drop this and apply it and see if that actually helps. Let's wait a couple seconds before we fly again. Stream, that's me changing the setting right now. Oh, storm. Okay, let's get over here. We gotta go. So no, that doesn't seem to be improving anything. Everything just gets worse. It keeps getting worse. The more quality I put into this, the worse it gets. Looking at my output data, does not seem to be a problem with my PC. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but it's getting pretty frustrating, huh? I imagine nobody wants to watch this stuff because it looks so garbagey at moments like this. Like I'm looking at it right now. Ugh, it looks horrible. Just maybe that 1 second, you know? Okay, I'm going to try something even crazier. I'm going to increase the bitrate to 8,000. And I'm taking out the keyframe interval. So that's going to 0 seconds again. So let's apply that. See how this looks. See how good it looks when you stand still? Well, it doesn't look great, but... yeah, anyway. So stand by, let's see how that looks. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are checking this, actually. To see... how much Mark 6 wings cost. Okay, so 14... oh, man. These are... when you consider the spice, these are expensive. Plastanium, to be expected. But the spice, that's... these are pricey. But we can do it. In fact, maybe we should do that before we go to the deep desert today. So let's head on over to Arakeen. And... do I have anything crazy in my inventory other than that stuff? No. And here we're empty, right? Yeah, good. Okay. So we're gonna head to Arakeen, do some reporting, and we're gonna see if we can't, like, sell those ship manifests, what they're worth. The stream still looks like absolute garbage. Why? Why? It says I'm transmitting up to 9,000 kilobytes per second in terms of bitrate. So why is it so pixelated? Under P7, you know what I mean? What up with that? Oh, the other problem I might be having is that the monitor feed I have was on 480, but it still doesn't look great. Still looks horrible. You know what, dude? Like, this is gonna sound crazy, but we're gonna try something. Let me get to Arakeen. I'm gonna try something to make this look better once and for all, because I'm getting sick of this, how bad it looks. It's just not gonna help. We're just gonna keep doing this over and over and nothing's gonna change. So I have an idea, and we're gonna try it out. May as well try these things today, you know? Okay, here, Arakeen, good. Alright, cool. Now let's just... here's how we're gonna do this. Yeah, because I don't want the game to crash. I gotta be careful because of, like, you know, desktop and privacy and things like that. So I'm trying to think of how to go about this. I think what we can do is... alright, there's nobody, like, one person on Twitch, and that one viewer on YouTube is me. So hold up, people. I am, once again, I do apologize, but I'm gonna cut the stream real quick in just a second here. And we're gonna make a few changes